Welcome back to Fight IQ channel. Today, we're counting down the most insane submission finishes in MMA history. Let's get into it. These are the craziest chokes I've ever seen, and also the most creative. I guarantee every one of them will blow your mind. Hello everyone, welcome to the Beast's Battle. I am your dearest host, Old Kun. Let's review the most insane submissions on the fighting stage. The ranking is in no particular order. Each fighter earned their spot on this list. Let's start with an appetizer. Take a look. In 1999, Japanese fighter Sato faced Charles Taylor. A flying armbar in just 6 seconds. A similar fight happened on February 9, 2013. At the first LFC Mixed Martial Arts event, Olivier Fontaine vs. Sofiane Benkera. This was a fight that almost nobody paid attention to, but the result was absolutely stunning. The fight begins. Both men try to open with kicks. Fontaine uses his height and reach advantage. He launched a beautiful offensive combo. Benkera catches Fontaine's high kick, but the next second, Fontaine makes a huge decision. He flies in and grabs Benkera's left arm and quickly locks in the armbar to finish the fight. April 5, 2013. Rose Namajunas vs. Kathina Katrin. Rose started practicing Taekwondo at age 5. Later, she added karate and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to expand her skill set. She was a senior wrestler at Milwaukee High School of the Arts. This was her second professional MMA fight. What's amazing is, in the first round, she submitted her opponent with a flying armbar in just 12 seconds. February 24, 2018. Paddy Pimblett vs. Alexis Savadis. Pimblett is a professional MMA fighter from the UK and a former Cage Warriors featherweight champion. With his iconic floppy hair and not a single tattoo on his body, he looks quite gentle, but inside the ring, he's like a beast. A minute and a half in, he finished his opponent with a flying triangle choke. Actually, he had used this move before. May 3, 2014. At Cage Warriors 68, Pimblett faced Conrad Hayes. Same recipe, same delicious result. October 13, 2018. At PFL 9, Vinny Magalhaes vs. Rakeem Cleveland. Magalhaes is a former Titan FC light heavyweight champion, M1 Global light heavyweight champion, and also a former Jiu-Jitsu world champion and a DCC champion. Cleveland came out very aggressive at the start. He pushed Magalhaes against the cage. Little did he know he had just entered Magalhaes' territory. First round, 1 minute and 20 seconds. A flying inverted triangle submits his opponent. April 30th, 2014, at UFC 129, Pablo Garza vs. Yves Jabouin. Jabouin's powerful low kicks posed a huge threat to Garza. Despite Garza having a physical advantage, he didn't choose to control the distance. Instead, he closed in with a flying inverted triangle to end the fight. This fight won him submission of the night. There was another similar fight on December 20th, 2020. Jimmy Flick vs. Cody Durden. Flick submitted his opponent in 1 minute and 42 seconds of the first round. December 9th, 2017, at UFC Fight Night 123, Brian Ortega vs. Cub Swanson. At that time, Ortega was on a 12-fight winning streak. Although the bell saved Swanson in the first round, he couldn't escape in the second. Ortega's choke successfully extended his winning streak. A guillotine choke submission at 1 minute 38 seconds of the second round. Similarly, this move is also in Charles Oliveira's arsenal, of course. December 29, 2018, at UFC 232, Ryan Hall vs. BJ Penn. Hall is an American-Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and coach. He's known for his many competitive achievements, having won countless Jiu-Jitsu championships. The victory in this fight also earned him Performance of the Night. December 31, 2004, at Pride Shockwave 2004. Ryo Chonin vs. Anderson Silva. Ryo Chonin is a Japanese professional MMA fighter. He has competed in UFC, Pride, Deep, Dream, and other major promotions. You can say he's very experienced. He is a former Deep Middleweight Champion and former Deep Welterweight Champion. At that time, Silva had just won the Cage Rage Middleweight Championship. Upon returning to Pride, he was submitted by Chonin's flying scissor heel hook. October 7, 2017, at UFC 216, Demetrius Johnson vs. Rayborg. Demetrius Johnson, nicknamed Mighty Mouse, is an American mixed martial artist, UFC flyweight champion. He is known for his fast pace and incredible movement. Mighty Mouse began his professional MMA career in 2007 and joined the UFC in 2011. In 2012, he defeated Joseph Benavidez at UFC 152 to become the first ever UFC flyweight champion. The victory in this fight earned him Performance of the Night. And he also broke the UFC record for most consecutive title defenses. May 1st, 2009, at Bellator 5, Toby Imada vs. Jorge Masvidal. I believe everyone is quite familiar with Masvidal. He fought his way from street fights to the professional ring. Imada is an American professional mixed martial artist. Although his record isn't the best, his fight experience is very rich. Masvidal was ultimately defeated in the third round by Imada with an extremely rare inverted triangle choke. Honestly, this is one of the most brutal submissions I've ever seen. I believe this submission will be a shadow over Masvidal for the rest of his life. July 22, 2002. Reinier de Ridder vs. Vitaly Bigdash. This is the Dutch Knight versus the Russian Warrior. At 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the fight, Bigdash locked in a guillotine choke. He thought he could end the fight early, but de Ridder miraculously escaped and returned the favor, using an inverted triangle to reverse the situation and submit Bigdash. That's all for the crazy submissions I've gathered for you. My friends, is there anything else you'd like to add? Feel free to leave a comment in the comments section. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.